Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. Get ready. Get ready. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know what makes Pots and Dave win. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot. No sweat all the sun rays when. Legs on the head, all being moved in a frenzy. Blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls. Instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, steady. Let it rock, turn it up. We get to the show.
All right, I think we're live. This is our first time doing a Facebook Live here at SCIU 105. Let me just make sure we're getting a good sound. Just 1 second, folks. Can you hear me? Okay. All right, just had to check with our super high-tech team here to make sure we're all live on Facebook and everyone's hearing our sound perfectly well. Hey everyone, welcome to our Essential Worker Action Telethon. My name is David, and I'll be your host, and we're streaming live from what I can call the Purple Action Zone, I guess, in this weird void. But I want to thank everybody for joining us during this time. So this telethon, really quick, is brought to you by the Service Employees International Union, Local 105, your healthcare, property service, and airport and security workers union here in Colorado. This telethon is also brought to you by Colorado Wins, which is the union for our essential state employees who help make Colorado run every single day. Now let's get to it. I know what you're thinking. What the heck is an Essential Worker Action Telethon? Well, instead of a regular telethon where you'd see people raising money, in this telethon, we're going to be raising our voices. The reason, as we all continue to grapple with the effects of COVID-19 in our communities, right now, Congress is debating a fourth coronavirus relief bill. Today, we're going to be making calls to ensure that all working people are put first, not more bailouts for corporations and the wealthy. Today, you'll be hearing from 5 essential workers who will be sharing their stories on the front lines and learn about what our congressional leaders must do right now to protect all workers. We'll also have a very special guest in the middle of our show that I hope you stay tuned in for. It should be a lot of fun. In the meantime, we're asking you, yes, you, whoever's watching right now, to take action with us. How? It's pretty easy. Do you have access to one of these? Do you have access to a phone? Check. Good. Have you ever used this phone to call a human person? Yes? Excellent. We're halfway there, folks. That's all you need to be able to take action with us. We're going to ask you to call the number above us, 866-426-2631. When you call into this number, it's a national hotline. You'll be hearing a message that'll give you a prompt of what you should be telling our elected leaders. You're also going to be asked to punch in your zip code. Be sure you do that so you can connect to our Senator Gardner. That's who we'll be calling today. If you miss punching in your zip code, you're going to be connected to a very nice operator in DC. All you're going to have to do is ask them, please connect me to Senator Gardner's office, and we'll be sure to get you to where you need to go. After you're connected, be sure to leave a voicemail at Senator Gardner's office, or if you're able to actually reach somebody, be sure to tell them that you'd like to leave the senator a message and talk to them about exactly what we're talking about here, and that's demands for workers during this crisis. when you're done and after you've made your call, be sure to join us right back here. You'll be able to and when you do join us back here, be sure to write in the comments that you've made a call. We'll give you a shout out during the Facebook live stream because we want to thank you for standing with workers, with all of us in our communities here as we make sure that workers are put first in this next stimulus package. Now, we're going to move on to our 5 essential workers who have joined us this morning. I want to thank them for coming on, being able to share their personal stories. You're going to hear some tough stories from workers on the front lines, but I think it's important to know what our brothers and sisters everywhere are dealing with, and how important it is for us to be taking action today to do something about it. So the first person I'm going to ask to come up and speak is Reina Gonzalez. Reina.
Good morning. Hi, my name is Reina Gonzalez, and thank you all for your time. I have worked for the state and the citizens of Colorado for the past 16 years. 15 at the Colorado Mental Health Institute in Pueblo. While there, I worked as a licensed psychiatric technician, a mental health clinician, and a plan of care liaison. Currently, I am under the Office of Behavioral Health in the Forensic Services Department. I work as a case manager with forensic-based community services, helping Colorado citizens reintegrate successfully into the community. I love my job and what I do. Every day I get to work with citizens in different communities and with those offering mental health services in those communities. We serve a diverse population in Colorado, those living in big cities and those living in small towns, those working in big skyscrapers and those working on the small farms. I get to serve the citizens of this great state, and my dedication has only increased during this time. People working to serve others know that this can be the hardest and yet the most rewarding occupation. The state workers that have dedicated their lives with those diagnosed with a mental illness during this unprecedented time should be invested in, not the big corporations. We care for Coloradans, not big corporations. We serve Coloradans, not big corporations. We strive to give our all to Coloradans, not big corporations. And we want the citizens of Colorado to live their most optimal life. Big corporations don't. COVID-19 has affected us all. This is a critical time that we care for each other and get through this together. Some may not know that the investment Governor Polis has placed into our behavioral health system. He recently has declared May Mental Health Month and commended those that work with Coloradans that have reached out to find support for their mental health. In his proclamation, he states, "A pandemic can increase stress and lead to social isolation at a time in which people may need the most support." And it also states, ensuring access to mental health services is a critical component of Colorado's emergency response. Now is the time to show Coloradans that those that serve in mental health are the critical components. So Senator Gardner, now is the time for you to show you are invested in the citizens of Colorado and invested in state workers that serve those Coloradans. I ask that you use the $500 billion to support the vital services that mental health workers provide so they can continue to serve those in need. COVID-19 has shown the need for all to invest into their mental health and into the mental health of those around them. Healthy citizens build healthy communities build healthy cities build healthy states, and healthy states build a healthy nation. At some point, COVID-19 will pass, but citizens needing support in their mental health will never pass, and it will always be a vital service. Thank you.
Thank you, Reina, and especially thank you during Public Service Worker Appreciation Week. Thank you for all your work you do in our communities. I also want to thank, in our telethon, we have people commenting. Oh my gosh, we have Stephanie, thank you for making a call. Alejandro, Sandra, Kevin Davis saying hazard pay, I'm with you. Edith, Alejo, Diana, Sandra, Shoeb, Teddy, and those are just a few names I'm seeing here on the comments thread. Thank you to all those folks for making a call right now into Senator Gardner's office. I'm going to move on to our next speaker, who is Amanda Martin. Amanda.
Hi, everyone. As David said, my name is Amanda Martin. I work at Planned Parenthood of the Rocky Mountains. Even in a global health pandemic, sexual and reproductive health is essential for folks to be able to live their lives. And before we had the situation with the coronavirus pandemic, healthcare employers love to talk about self-care, like it's an individual responsibility of the employee to do this in addition to their job duties. And now with all the uncertainty around COVID-19, whether it's job security, healthcare security, financial security, in addition with the misinformation coming from the White House and conflicting information about how to protect essential workers who are working during this pandemic, it's really difficult to be a caregiver right now. You can't be taking care of others if your basic needs are not met. And that is what I continue to hear from essential workers, is that their needs aren't being met, and it makes it really difficult for them to do their jobs. We need access to paid family leave for folks who need to have time off. We need to have essential workers getting essential pay. And I would absolutely agree with our audience that folks need to be paid hazard pay to be working in these environments and to continue to be successful. So I'm asking Cory Gardner to support workers and not support the corporations that fund his campaign.
Thank you for sharing, Amanda. Thank you for those powerful words. This is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to put workers first. And we do that by, directly speaking to our elected representatives. And we do that by calling this number right here, 866-426-2631. I see some more people commenting here. I see Brandon saying, say thank you to me. I'm saying thank you to you right now. I see Carlos who called the senator. I see Alejo says you just called a senator and you'll be supporting a senator who supports essential workers. A good message to keep in mind, Senator Gardner. We're going to kick it over here to our next speaker. I'm going to kick it over to our next essential worker, Garrett Smith.
Thank you, man. Yeah, guys, my name is Garrett Smith. I'm a PSA, a passenger service agent with the Denver Airport, also hired through the contract company known as Prospect. And I would like to say, even before the COVID crisis hit, I was experiencing issues at the airport, such as racism, harsh management, even backlash for trying to unionize. And after the COVID crisis hit, it became even worse, especially when they started pushing the rhetoric that we are essential workers. And throughout the COVID crisis, up to the height of it, my job was not allowing us to use PPE gear in the fear of scaring the passengers, as well as possibly even putting us at risk for the fact that they were trusting early CDC standards and government guidelines that now, as we know in hindsight, was nowhere near effective. So with that being said, this is something I've struggled with at the airport as well. And with being a PSA service agent, I actually deal with a lot of passengers, and to be denied PPE or anything like that standard, even cleaning materials, put the passengers at risk as well as me. And that's something that I really do not like, because something that I really enjoy about the job is taking care of the elderly, the disabled folks, people that I basically help around the airport. It's a wonderful service that we provide, and it's something that's very, very well needed. And I like seeing the happy faces of people that I'm able to help get to their trips, or seeing loved ones. So to see that they were put at risk for just even at the luxury of management not to deal with stuff, or even when it comes to cost effectiveness, it just shows that we need more people that are focused on actually aiding workers and just make sure they're provided the things that are essential. And that's why I hope that everyone here that's listening call on Cory Gardner to make sure that essential workers are guaranteed what they need, such as PPE, overtime paid, hazard pay. All these things are essential for workers, even if it's down to just essential help for immigrants. Because I know for me, I come from a privileged position where I'm a U.S. born citizen. So I grew up in the U.S. government system of filling out document forms, knowing what to do, how to handle SIA numbers. But when it comes to a lot of my fellow coworkers, they were just left out into the dark, except with a fucking packet that has a few words on it to assist them. And I can only imagine what they're dealing with, especially with some of them being tied to their legal status being the job. So I just want to hope that people call on to the Cory Gardner office and really make sure that essential workers get what they need, as well as immigrant workers, regardless of status. Because truth is, we're all being hit by this crisis, even people that aren't American citizens, and we all need help.
Thank you, Garrett. We all do need help. We are all in this together, and we will get through this together. And I want to thank you for sharing those words, Garrett, sharing your experiences. I also want to thank folks who are calling this number right here, 866-426-2631. 631. You'll hear a quick message. You have to put in your zip code, and then you should be connected to your Senator Cory Gardner's office and tell him to stand with workers, to put workers first in this next coronavirus relief bill. And I want to thank some folks who are commenting here. I got Jamie saying, "Go Garrett." I have Paula Coleman, who says she actually talked to somebody when she called through. That is a success. Thank you, Paula, for letting us know. I want to thank Luis and Medina, who are commenting on our Facebook Live telethon. All right, we're going to move on to our next speaker, to our next frontline worker in the healthcare industry. I'm going to kick it on over to Scarlett Marcus.
Good morning. I believe that this is very important for us essential workers. I know that Amanda mentioned earlier healthcare. I just had surgery 2 days ago that would have been canceled because of COVID. And it's kind of terrifying how they're doing things now because they have to, but they also don't have the proper equipment to do their jobs. So I have friends that have been told they need to breathe through paper towels. I have friends that have been told that they have to breathe through brown paper bags, and none of that is authorized PPE for any healthcare worker. They're also being overworked. They don't get benefits, some of them. They don't get time off. They don't get what a normal worker should be getting. What's most aggravating about this entire situation is there's so many people saying this is a hoax, because our dear president released in early January that it was a hoax, and then he changed his mind, and then he changed his mind some more, and then he changed his mind some more. It's just this continuing loop of, oh, I was just kidding. Oh, I was being sarcastic. Oh, nope, it was just a joke. This isn't a joke. These are people's lives every day. There was a company that received a $20 million bailout on the last stimulus check package, and that $20 million could have been split up between 16,667 employees. But they chose to bail out this company. Thankfully, the company gave that money back because of the outrage on Facebook and other social media platforms, but it still happened. It's still happening that people are trying to bail out these companies. And I understand that the companies need help too. I do. The problem is that we are always told as essential workers, well, maybe you should start a savings. Maybe you should have this. Maybe you should have that. Maybe you should just pay us better. Maybe you should just give us hazard pay for what we do. Because I see a lot of people running to the front lines, running to these ventilators, running to these people who are dying. In my city, they found 2 people dead in a home that didn't even go get tested, nothing, because they were told it was a hoax. So we need to stop with the false information that this is a hoax. We need to start paying our essential employees much better than what they're getting. We need to pay them for hazard pay. We need PTO. We need our vacation time. We need all of the benefits that other companies and other employees are getting. Thank you.
I don't think I mentioned before, but Scarlett's a home care worker in the Colorado Springs area. Thank you for your words. Thank you for your work. I know, especially in home care, things are a lot more difficult, especially with paid sick leave and protective equipment. And thank you for being and doing the heroic work that you're doing. So I want to continue here and encourage you to stand with Scarlett and all essential workers and call this number, 866-426-2631. You'll be connected to our national hotline that will then connect you to Senator Cory Gardner's office. Leave him a message. Let him know that we should be putting workers first in this next coronavirus relief package. I'm going to thank some more people. We have Luis. We have Shoaib. Again, we have people just shouting out Scarlett that hey Scarlett, get well and stay strong. That's a message that we just heard on our comment thread. I want to thank everybody for doing that.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to move on to our final essential worker speaker, and we're going to switch on over to Spanish here. So for folks who speak English, you're going to listen to some Spanish. Okay. Aquí vamos. Muchas gracias a todas las personas que están aquí en la línea con nosotros para poder llamar al senador Cory Gardner. Tenemos una línea en español para usted también. El número es 877-736-7831. Otra vez, el número en español es 877-736-7831. Ahora vamos a hablar con un janitor, un conserje de Denver. Nuestros trabajadores en primera línea que están limpiando todos nuestros edificios, a todos nuestros hogares, para asegurar que nosotros estamos combatiendo este virus. Ahora voy a preguntar a Evelyn. Evelyn Jordan, ¿está en la línea?
Sí.
Hola Evelyn, ¿cómo estás? Díganos su nombre y qué haces y dónde trabajas.
Mi nombre es Evelyn. Trabajo en Janito, compañía Rocky Mountain. Dígame.
Y Evelyn, quería preguntarle, tú sabes, sé que usted, como muchas personas pueden trabajar de casa, pero nuestros janitors han estado trabajando durante esta crisis entera. Y quería preguntarte, ¿cómo te sientes trabajando durante este tiempo?
No tan bien que digamos, porque no tenemos lo que es como la protección adecuada para nosotros. ¿Qué es lo que necesitamos para que estemos seguros? Yo, mi familia, mis hijos. Es como necesitamos como las mascarillas. La compañía prácticamente no nos ha dado lo que es nada a nosotros. No recibimos unas cuantas gracias a la unión, a ustedes. Pues necesitamos que nosotros dentro de todos nos podamos como apoyar para que nosotros estemos seguros en el trabajo.
Sí, Evelyn, y otra pregunta, si ¿sabes? Eso es difícil, tener que trabajar sin la protección que necesitas en el trabajo. Y quería preguntar, ¿sabes? Estamos llamando ahora mismo a nuestro senador Cory Gardner y quería saber, tú sabes, si tienes la oportunidad de llamar al senador y decirle algo durante este tiempo para los janitors de Denver, ¿qué le dirías al senador Cory Gardner?
Pues decirle que como que nos dé un apoyo, que nos dé una ayuda, ¿no? Para que nosotros estemos bien, estemos protegidos con esta crisis que estamos pasando.
Bien, Evelyn. Muchas gracias por estar en la línea con nosotros. Quédate aquí y seguiremos con nuestro telethon. Okay. Perfect. So for our folks who are still on the line, I want to thank you all for staying on the line. We're reaching our midway point here of our telethon, and I want to encourage you to dial this number, 866-426-2631. You'll be connected to our Senator Cory Gardner. You're going to leave him a very nice message or speak to a very nice staff person at his office and just let him know that he needs to stand with workers. It is essential that he does. Now we are going to be joined by a very special guest that we are excited to announce. So if we're ready, I'm going to go ahead and kick it on over to our special guest, I guess not so Senator, Cardboard Cory. Cardboard Cory.
Hi, this is Cory Gardner, your senator from the great state of Colorado. Thanks for calling my office. Please listen to the following options to leave a message. Press 1 to share your thoughts with me and leave a comment. Press 2. Thank you, and please leave a message.
That's great. That's about all we usually hear. So I want to thank you, Cardboard Cory, for joining us on this call. I just want to ask you, just directly right here. Workers are calling into your office right now, Mr. Cardboard, and they are asking for things like PPE, more PPE, essential pay, and paid sick leave and protections for all workers, including immigrants. And we just wanted to know, are you going to be doing something about it? And what is your response to these workers calling you right now? Yeah, that's about right. I don't know who has a bag of crickets just laying around, but that's what we got right now. All right, we'll be going back to you, Senator Cory Gardner, and asking you some questions and maybe telling you a couple jokes in the meantime. But I want to encourage everybody who's on the line right now. We still have 30 minutes left in our telethon, and we are making calls to right here, 866-426-2631. And we want folks to be calling your Senator Cory Gardner. We have 5 essential workers, from healthcare workers, mental health, janitors, airport, who've been speaking on the line now. Now we're going to actually watch them make a call live into Senator Cory Gardner's office. So the first person I'm going to go back to is Raina. Raina, are you still on the line?
I'm still here.
Awesome. Well, go ahead and punch in this number, 866-426-2631. And let's sit back and hear. The message is a little long.
It's a little long.
It's giving you good context. Just be ready to put in your zip code when you get a chance.
Okay.
The zip code is being put in. Here we go.
Being transferred. Hi, my name is Raina Gonzalez. I'm a state worker for Colorado, and I would like to leave you a message about investing in public services and not the big corporations, and to please direct the $500 billion to support states and cities facing declining revenue, increased demand for vital services, and to protect the workers of Colorado with the proper PPE and other equipment that is needed and vital for them to do their jobs. Thank you.
All right, Raina, how was that?
That wasn't bad.
How do you feel they had to leave a voicemail and not talk to somebody?
No, I had to leave a message. I had to press 1.
All right. On a scale of, I guess, 1 to not hard, how was was that not hard?
It was not hard.
All right, awesome. Well, you see, everybody, it is that easy. It takes just a little bit of time to hear some good messages to make sure that we can, know what we're saying and what we should be leaving a message for. But that was a great first call. Appreciate it, Raina. Thanks for speaking with us and taking action. Just stay on for a little bit longer. All right, the next person we're going to go to, well, first, 866-426-2631. We are going to continue calling into Senator Cory Gardner's office. and asking them to protect all workers. Let me see if we have any more folks here who have been leaving messages. I see Luis. I see Olga popping up here, and Billy who's watching as well. Shoaib says, Corey, stand up for workers, not the greedy corporations. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and keep going here. The next person who's gonna make a call live is Amanda. Amanda, are you still on?
I am.
Beautiful. Go for it. Make your call. The headphone over the phone technique. I like it. I like it. Now, as Amanda's still getting connected, I just want to tell folks, sometimes it's tough to take that first step and take action and be, directly lobbying your representatives like this. But we just want to show, that it is this easy. I mean, you just got to call in a number, leave a message, and we're going to hear Amanda leave her message in just a minute here.
Oh, I have a technical error here. I pushed the wrong button. Oh, shoot. Somehow I got to collecting voicemails.
Well, it should be easier to just get straight to your senator's office. How about that? But it is pretty easy for the most part. That's all right, Amanda. How about you make a call while we go to the next person, and then we'll check back with you at the very end and see how it went. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, perfect. All right, great. Well, thank you, Amanda. We'll check back in with her in just a little bit. For everybody else watching, we're still here. 866-426-2631. How many calls is this office getting right now? I hope a lot of them. And I hope folks are making that call right now. Para la persona que están viendo en español, otra vez el número es 877-736-7831. So we are going to go to our next action taker, and that is going to be Garrett. Garrett, you still on?
Yeah, I'm still on. I'm trying to figure out this thing too as well, because I'm not a wealthy benefactor, so I have to figure out how this telecommunication works.
Very good point. Very good point.
I like how he's talking about we should receive essential PPE, but I'm going to actually ask about that right now. Hello? Hello, can you connect me to Corey Gardner's office, please? I'm wondering if I have to put in like a punchline code next. Hello, Mr. Corey Gardner. This is Garrett Smith calling. I'm a PSA with airport workers, as well as hosting a part of a telethon with SEIU. I'm calling to ask if you can make sure that we get essential pay. As essential workers, one of the things we have a problem with is not receiving any pay at the moment during the times of the crisis. And I would like to see that we actually get our time paid, as well as show up to work time and a half, as well as $15 an hour during the crisis and possibly beyond. Because as you said in your early message, you are here for the essential worker. Well, before I was laid off, I didn't feel all that essential. I felt extendable. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, Garrett, bringing the fire on that one. Much appreciated for your call. How did that feel, man?
Oh, felt great. I think everyone should call their senator and let them know how they feel. You know, the people up in the Capitol are doing it. We need to do it for our people too.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, Garrett. All right, folks, we're gonna go back up here. 866-426-2631. And now we're actually gonna kick it back to Cardboard Corey. Cardboard Corey, who I hope is still there. I have a very I have a list of wonderfully, they're terrible jokes for you, Senator Cardboard Corey. So the first question, joke, whatever you want to call it, they're going to get is, what do you call a cardboard belt? A waste of paper. It's bad. It's really bad. All right, let's move on from that. We're gonna go to our next caller. We're gonna ask Scarlett. Is Scarlett still on the line? If you can make a call.
I is here.
You is here. Let's see as you do this.
Here's my phone. I'm calling.
All right.
Color on this. Smart one, I color on anything that I look.
Okay. Zip code. Transferring.
That one.
Hi, Senator Gardner. This is Scarlett Marcus, and I am calling from Colorado Springs, Colorado. I need more PPE. That's all there is to it. I am tired of watching companies that are worth multi-millions of dollars being bailed out, while us essential workers can't even get hazard pay, can't get PTO, can't even get a proper mask. We're being told to breathe through paper towels. We're being told to breathe through paper bags, and that's enough. We're tired of it. We want our proper protective equipment. We want pay that is reflective of how essential we really are. We want paid time off. We want vacation time. We want the things that everybody else is offered except for essential personnel. We're starting to discover who really is the backbone of this country. And I have to say, Mr. Gardner, it's not you, man. It's us, the essential employees. So I need you to actually vote for us. Vote for us. Make a stimulus package that is for essential workers. We're tired. We're tired of fighting a battle that we can't win. because of people like you. So step up, help us out. Thanks.
Scarlett, that was a great call and a great message. How did that feel?
It feels really good to get the word out, because the more people that know what we're being told we have to do and what conditions we have to do our work in, the more that's out there, the more awareness is brought. Airport workers are in danger every day, janitors, respiratory therapists, all the people that people don't think about in hospitals and in airports, everywhere. People don't think about the janitors that clean the rooms and sterilize the rooms in hospitals. When people think about hospitals, they only think about nurses and doctors, which isn't bad, that they are there too. There's a lot more staff than just nurses and doctors in a hospital. So we all need that.
Thank you, Scarlett. And thank you for rocking that call and for being on our Essential Worker Telethon. We're going to go ahead and keep going here and encourage everyone, 866-426-2631. Make your voice be heard within the next, we have about 15 minutes left here on our telethon. I want to thank a couple folks on here. We have some comments. We're getting lots of love. Let me see. Kelly, please show up. Saying Chloe Gardner to please show up and face reality. All right, so that's I'm totally with you, Kelly. Awesome. So let's see here. Next, we're gonna go back to our friend and ask him to show up, Mr. Cardboard Corey, with another wonderful, terrible joke. Let's get to it. Cardboard, Senator Cardboard Corey Gardner. What is Cardboard's favorite sport? Boxing. Mr. Gardner, are you there? That deserved a double. That was perfect. Great. So we just finished that, and I'm talking to a cardboard structure, which is sadly what we have to do sometimes to be able to get anything out of our out of certain elected officials. So we are going to go ahead and keep on going here. Evelyn, ¿todavía estás en la línea? Quería saber. Evelyn.
Listo.
¿Sí?
Hola, Evelyn, ¿cómo estamos?
Bien.
Okay. Bien. Sé que tenemos a alguien ahí que te puede ayudar, creo, pero ¿tienes un momentico a hacer una llamada a la oficina del senador y dejar un mensaje?
Sí.
Okay. All right, everyone, we're going to watch Evelyn make a call. Evelyn, cuando llamas, asegúrate que, o sea, dígale que quieres hablar español, si tienen alguien en español, y vamos a ver si lo tienen. Si no, la persona que te está ayudando ahí te puede traducir para ti en la llamada, ¿ok? Perfecto.
¿Qué es el número, David, para español?
Excellent question. El número en inglés is right up here. The number in Spanish, el número en español es 877-736-6831. I'm sorry, 7831. All right, we're going to go ahead and watch Evelyn make a call here. Evelyn, she's a Denver janitor. We're going to also ask and just see if we can have it. Henry, take it off speaker and put it up to her ear so it's easier for her to hear. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, she's first going to ask, see if she can talk to somebody in Spanish. And if not, then we're going to have Henry, who's there, help her translate for her.
Necesita entrar un teléfono. ¿Está llamando? ¿Es en inglés? Ah. ¿Está conectando? Sí.
For those folks still waiting, as Evelyn gets connected, be sure to call 866-426-2631. We're still making calls here, still making sure that we're getting our voices heard, speaking to our duly elected senator, Cory Gardner.
¿Es
Evelyn.
una persona? Pues estamos llamando ahora. We're calling now.
Anticipación. A ver.
¿Es un mensaje? Empuja el uno. Ok, voy a empujar uno y va a dejar el mensaje. Sí, listo. Y puede solo hablar de su mensaje. Ahora empieza.
Hola, mi nombre es Evelyn. Trabajo para Rocky Mountain Janito.
Mensaje sobre proteccionando árboles.
Un mensaje sobre proteccionando sobre la situación en la que estamos pasando. Nos gustaría el apoyo de ustedes, ayudarnos entre todos. Gracias.
Listo.
Muchas gracias. ¿Cómo te fue eso? ¿Cómo se sintió hacer una llamada así? ¿Ha llamado a tu senador antes?
Un poco nerviosa porque siento que no lo hago bien, pero estoy tratando la manera de ayudarles a ustedes y ayudarnos a nosotros también, todos.
Bueno, yo creo que tú lo hiciste perfecto. Yo creo que tú lo hiciste perfecto. Evelyn says she was basically a little bit shy, but she's happy that she was able to make the call, that she's fighting for all of us. If you just watched Evelyn make a phone call, put in the comments, what did you think about Evelyn's phone call? Did she do a good job? Leave it in the comments right now and I'll read it to her in a second. Evelyn, y sí, esa era la primera vez que llamaste a tu representante. ¿Has hecho eso antes?
Sí, ya lo había hecho antes.
Sí, ok, perfecto. Y cuando llamas, ¿cómo se siente? ¿Tú preferías hablar con alguien, pero cómo se siente llamar a alguien y dejar un mensaje?
Pues siento bien para poder que nos ayudemos entre de todos. Nos ayudan.
Claro que sí. Bueno, Evelyn, otra vez quiero decir muchas gracias por estar en nuestro telethon. Evelyn, thank you so much for being on our telethon and for being on the front lines as a Denver janitor, keeping our buildings and our communities safe. Whenever we do open up, it's going to be because of the work of janitors in our community, making sure our surfaces are clean and everything is ready to go, and you should be paid essential pay and have the protection that you need. Muchas gracias, Evelyn. Que tengas un buen día. And we're going to go and we're going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. It's 10:50. We've been making calls for about 50 minutes here. I want to thank everybody for joining us. But before we leave, I would like to go back to Senator Cardboard Cory and see how we're doing. And let's tell Senator Cardboard Cory one final joke and then one final question. Final joke. What's the #1 item shipped by Amazon? You guessed it. Cardboard boxes, just like you. Also, let Amazon workers unionize. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. But one final question. Does Cardboard Cory want to say anything before we go? That's
Your senator from the great state of Colorado. Thanks for calling my office. Please listen to the following options to leave a message. Press 1 to share your thoughts with me and leave a comment. Press 2. Thanks. Please leave a message.
I hope I'm not leaving a message right now, but I hope I want to thank Cardboard Corey, folks. If you haven't yet, please go on Twitter and follow Cardboard Corey CO. Make sure that you're checking out Cardboard Corey as he goes around over the next few months. It's important for us to be able to speak to our senators, but if we can't do it in person, it's difficult to find them. We'll find ways to do so. And again, thank you, Senator Cardboard Corey, for joining us. All right, folks. Well, we are reaching the end of our telethon. I want to thank everybody who's made a call. You still have a few minutes. I just want to let you know, this hour isn't the only hour that you can be making calls, that you can be taking action. You can be dialing this number all throughout the next several weeks as our leaders in Congress continue to debate this next coronavirus relief package. And we're going to continue to tell them that we need to put all workers first. And I want to leave all of us with a simple message. I mean, no matter who you are, where you come from, the color of your skin, or where you work, we're all in this together. And we will get through this together if we stay united. We have a saying at our union and at unions all across the country, and that saying is, when we fight, we win. Cuando luchamos, ganamos. And we continue fighting for our families. We continue fighting for stronger unions, for an economy that works for all of us, for protective equipment, for workers, for essential pay, for hazard pay, for protection for all workers, including immigrants. We will win. And we will continue to do so united. I want to thank everybody for the call. I want to thank everybody for joining us during this time. I'm going to go ahead and put this in grid view so we can see all of our awesome people who are on this call. Everybody was on. Let's give a wave. Let's thank everybody who took action, and thank you for taking action. Thank you, everyone. And we'll be back. We'll be doing this again very soon. So stay tuned to our page, and thank you for coming.